But they'll never take our Independence Day.
You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. To make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera up. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go!
Hey! My name is Brian, that is Shane, and that is John. How you doing today, brothers?
What's up? Just stop your crying. It's the sign of the times. Welcome to the final show. I hope not. I hope it's not.
Welcome to the final show.
Good morning, everybody.
I think that's a cry for help. Is that cry for help, Shane?
It was a little bit. It's early still for me. So,
all right, let's fix my
Johnny,
mic
how you
volume.
doing?
I am doing good, thanks, mate. And good to see you guys again and everyone in the audience. I reckon this is going to be an absolutely cracking show today.
Absolutely.
So much to talk about. I'm looking forward to it. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, man. Well, you guys heard it. We're talking about a lot of stuff today. One of those things is Project Hail Mary. We're talking about the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer and how people are very wrong about characters in that movie, including our favorite John Campea. And I'm not going out on my way to attack John Campea here, but I found out he was the originator of the rumor, which is just, so at first we were like, well, we should bring up the fact that the people are probably wrong about this. And then when I go back and research it, I find out, oh, who started it? Oh, Campea did. Oh, of course he did.
Oh,
So we're going to talk about
son of a gun.
that son of a gun. That guy. Anyways, we're also going to talk about the government recently registered aliens.gov and alien.gov. That's weird.
Gotta make that money. Gotta make that money.
It's weird. I'm not sure why we did that, but we're going to talk about it.
Well, we own the web space, baby. That's what I'm saying.
Also, yeah. Also, all the reasons why Buffy was canceled. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of big reasons behind that.
A lot.
Our favorite Sliders star, Jerry O'Connell, is that his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget his name. Jerry O'Connell was beaten up by his wife and daughters for saying something negative about Kamala Harris. That's weird. Oh,
Listen,
my
this is
Very
proof
weird.
you should not smoke weed and do a podcast at the same time.
Right. Right. Yeah, he's sitting there with Bill Maher, and Bill Maher's like, what?
Yeah, he's a lot more beat up now, I bet.
Right. Yeah, he went home and they beat him up again.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about Scream 7 and John Campea a couple weeks ago, how he lost his mind about how horrible Scream 7 was, and it's the worst movie he's ever seen, and you shouldn't watch this effing piece of S, and just like total crash out. Right. Well, it's the highest, it's the most successful Scream 7 movie ever made so far. Okay, move on. We're going to talk about that. And, of course, there is some Stargate news.
Yes.
Stargate news. And a bunch of other stuff, too. But that's pretty much, those are all the bullet point stuff, okay?
Action-packed show.
Action-packed. I want to say, we kicked off the show in a high note already with Kenneth LaRoque, sending 10 on my brain. Guys, I'm a little tired. I'm sorry. I just got my coffee. Okay, so Kenneth LaRoque sending 10 BRANE Show memberships. My
Unbelievable.
man.
Woo. But Ken, where does it end, my friend? Does everybody wake up one day, look out their window, and you bought everyone that watches the show a car or something like that? You know, you're a legend, mate.
Yeah. Everyone will be BRANE Show members.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to see Penny got her membership too. Some
There you
weeks
go.
she doesn't get it, so that's awesome.
I
Thank you,
just-
Ken. You are the man. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. You're the man, dude. Also, I like this from DJ Skylo. John Campea's takes are almost as bad as Grace Randolph's.
Whoa, that is
Whoa.
not a
Now
compliment.
that would be a good fight to the death, wouldn't
Yeah, we
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought the movie was great.
yeah, it's so weird. Grace Randolph is a hyper successful YouTuber, right?
Early in success.
I mean, like, very successful. She is recognized in Hollywood. She gets all the screeners and all the accolades. She's a very successful person on YouTube. Can I ask you guys a question? At what point does someone say, "Hey, can we buy you a decent microphone"? I don't get it. How do you have millions of subscribers and you're still using like one of those $5 Office Depot microphones that still?
Yeah.
It sounds like it's scratchy and there's echo.
She's like related to Bobcat Goldthwait, and she's not a fan of Linus Tech Tips. I think that's the problem.
It's so weird. Her microphone is so bad, and she's got to be making like millions of dollars on YouTube.
Yeah, you could imagine as a YouTube, like, you know, she's a member. She's got her own like agent for YouTube. Every time comes and goes, look, if you just sort out your mic, you could easily get another 1 million subscribers.
Right.
Just saying.
Well,
Just saying.
Well,
That'll be why.
hard pass. I like sounding like I'm from the late 90s.
And saying stupid things about people with Tourette's as well.
Right. Oh,
and you know
yeah.
what's funny is you think the worst thing about her is her microphone.
Well, I mean, from a technical point of view, you know, it bothers me. Yeah, I mean, she says some pretty horrible stuff. All right, well, that's the whole show. And we're going to start off hot with Project Hail Mary. And because I saw a crappy version of it, John didn't see it at all. And Shane actually watched it in theater.
Yes.
Shane's going to go ahead and take this first segment here. Go ahead, Shane.
Yep.
Okay, listen, guys. If you haven't seen Project Hail Mary, first thing I want to tell you is it's definitely worth the cost of a movie ticket. I was watching it with my family, and it was a good movie. You know, I laughed. Ryan Gosling he's the man. You know, I love Ryan Gosling. He's like one of these, like today's actor, like the guy I want to watch all of his movies. You know, I don't know what it is about him, but he's fantastic. He's good in this movie. You know, you've got, if you haven't seen the preview, sorry, you got Rocky. There's some really wonderful things that happen in this movie. And Lord and Miller, who you guys know from, you know, the wonderful Lego movies and the Spiderman Into the Spider-Verse animation, they are really good filmmakers, and they do a really good job in this movie. And I came away from the movie going, wow, that was a really solid movie. I liked it. It was good. Like, you know, I had some good stuff. I was a little disappointed, and I'm going to give you a small spoiler here. The Sign of the Times song by Harry Styles, the one I was singing earlier.
Yeah.
I actually, from the preview, I fell in love with that song. Like, if you would have told me I was going to be like a Harry Styles fan, well, I'm still not, just the one song. But, you know, I was like really excited for this song to be like part of the soundtrack. And it's not. I won't tell you how it's used. It's used differently, but it's not part of the soundtrack. A little disappointing for me. But listen, overall, everybody comes away from this movie going, wow, that was a great movie. Then I got on social media and I noticed something that bothered me. People started saying that not only was this a really good movie, but it's probably the best movie they've ever seen. And maybe, I mean, some people I really respect saying things like, it's the greatest movie I've seen in 47 years. Then
Really?
someone had the audacity to say it was better than fucking Interstellar. And I just lost my shit. And I'm like, okay, sorry. And that's when I started getting involved, because I'm like, yes, it was a really good movie. I laughed. It was fun. Fantastic movie. Probably one of the better movies we've had in a long time. Good movie. But it's not a perfect movie. We're not going to go into it today because we're not going to spoil it for you. I think there's some character issues in it. But overall, good feeling movie. Nice. But people saying, I finally got my ET. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, like, people are glazing. Not my word. I'm using it here because my brother has rubbed off on me. People are glazing this movie so hard that I had to stop and say, Brian and John, we got to talk about this, because while it's a really good movie, it's not the greatest movie ever made.
It's not better than Back to the Future, dude.
No.
Right. Not better. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Did you Back to the Future? Interstellar? I mean, I think it was the specific, like, fuck you, Interstellar. This movie's better. In my opinion, this, while being a really great movie, I don't think this movie is better than The Martian, which is also an Andy Weir novel turned movie, if you remember, from Matt Damon from 2015. I think that movie is better. This movie's got maybe more feels in it, and perhaps that's why. But The Martian's better organized. I think this movie's lacking some of the science you'd like to see from an Andy Weir novel turned movie.
Yeah, they didn't have the time. I read the book. They didn't have the time to actually adopt a 10-hour.
2.5 hours, and that doesn't bother me at all.
It would have been a 10-hour movie if they did it right.
Yeah, I'm still reading it. Yeah, I'm still reading it, guys. And the question I would ask you both, and Shane, from what you're saying here. Now, due to the poor quality of movies that we've had for such a long time, do you think that people are overhyping it because it's the best thing that's come along in a very mediocre film market at the moment?
Yes.
Whereas in another time, it would be considered good or great, but it wouldn't be up there as top tier stuff. It would be one of those kind of niche sci-fi movies that does well.
Yeah, I'm really glad you said that, because what I wanted Brian to put on the thumbnail, and he had a nice one. It was slow your roll, which I feel like people should slow their roll on how great.
Isn't that what you asked me to put on there?
But I wanted him to put battered wife syndrome.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna put that on the thumbnail, dude.
But
would have got a lot of views.
It would have come across pretty well. Battered, because this is, to some degree. Now listen. I cannot be clear enough. This is a very good movie. Okay, it's probably going to be one of the best movies of the year, and probably the best movie in a couple 2-3 years. I don't know. Godzilla Minus Zero is still special to me, but this is a really good movie. So don't get me wrong. We're not saying this is a bad movie. You should see it. Everyone's
good movie.
It's a great movie. But perhaps if you're saying it's the greatest movie you've ever seen, or it's better than Interstellar, you have battered wife movie syndrome.
Yeah,
is what we'll call it.
Yeah. So the Interstellar thing is like, I obviously don't agree. Interstellar was, it's an instant classic, but it's when people say best movie I've seen in 45 years. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Jurassic Park.
The Matrix, Jurassic Park, Avengers Endgame, Back to the Future. I mean, how in the world can you say that with a straight face, dude? I mean, have you been beaten down for like so hard for so long that you've forgotten all the instant, timeless classics that we've had before this woke era? Come on, that's crazy.
This wasn't Collider that said this by any chance, because I could understand it if it was Collider.
No. It was people more in our space. The regular film critics are glazing it the way they glaze every big Hollywood release. There's nothing in this movie that's woke. No. The main protagonist is a white male, which Hollywood doesn't like. But
it's Ryan Gosling.
But it's Ryan Gosling, so he's the darling. Even the really tainted Hollywood reviewers like Grace Randolph and Collider, right? They have to at least give this a kudos. And according to Grace, she said, well, I could. I'm sorry.
It's amazing
that was uncanny.
And Mickey Mouse sound so similar to each other. It's crazy.
I'm actually
literally hurts my throat to do her voice.
I'm actually thinking now that she is just an avatar of Brian that set that channel up a while ago.
Oh, bro, why are you? Come on, Mike. Come on, John.
Trust me, his room wouldn't look like that if he had millions of dollars.
No, it would not. Right before the show, I'm just over here like cleaning up my space. Anyways, what Grace said was, well, I could only give it a rotten tomato or a fresh tomato. And that's certainly a broken system, because then I need to be able to give it more of a subtle review. And I'm like, okay, so she didn't love it, but she couldn't say it was bad. So her review was essentially, it was okay.
Where's the diversity?
Right.
There's not. I mean,
and Collider pretty much had the same take, where they're like, a solid installment in the beginning of our blockbuster year. Okay, all right, whatever.
Well,
Look,
this isn't going to be an Oscar movie. It probably didn't meet all the requirements.
right, look, guys, it was
Rocky's
better
in
than
it.
what Grace is saying. It was better than what Collider was saying. It was better than what Screen Junk is. It's better than what they're saying, for sure. It's a good movie, solid movie. And I didn't even see a good version of it. I saw a crappy pirate stream. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But I plan to go watch this in theaters. After watching that, so I had to quickly watch it. So Shane was like, we're going to talk about this on Saturday. And I have like 14 jobs and kids and a wife. I'm like, there's no way
I hated to put you in that situation.
There's no way I'm getting to the movie theater in time. I even tried to go last night, and at like 10 o'clock at night, I'm like trying to find, after I dropped off my 5th teenager last night, I'm on the Cinemac.
Yeah, you need to correct. You need to explain why you would drop.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a youth pastor.
There you go.
Just in case you guys didn't know.
Your answer.
Yeah. I'm not picking up teens at a park and dropping up. No, I'm a youth. Damn it, Shane. Sorry. Why you gotta make it bad?
Someone else was thinking it.
I'm a youth pastor, and so I was dropping off teenagers to their various homes and shelters and all that. Anyways, and at like 10 o'clock at night, I drop off like the last kid, and now I gotta go pick up my kids and drop them off because I only have so much space in my car. And I'm on the Cinemark app looking at screen times to watch this. And like the only way I make it is if I'm minimum 30 minutes late. And I'm like, F it, dude. F it. I got a group of pirate friends. I know they have a crappy, low quality stream out there somewhere. And I'm going to find them. And so I went that route and I didn't like it, but I had to do it for you guys. And I didn't have time to watch it. But having read the book and now having seen the movie, I can tell you this. I'm excited to actually watch this in theaters. 100%. Yeah. It clearly is a good movie. Great story. I have issues with some of the things they changed from the book. And they clearly changed it because I guess this is like a minor spoiler, but like you can't have cannibalism on screen in a Hollywood, right? In a blockbuster film.
That's fair.
Right? You can't have me burgers. If you guys read the book, you know what I'm talking about. You can't have me burgers.
Yeah, and I think that's fair, though.
Right, and I get it.
No one wants to see it.
I just felt like the ending was so much more optimistic than what the book gave us. You know what I mean?
Okay, now you're pitching into my issue. Now, in all fairness, guys, I told Brian, don't worry about watching it because when I came out of the theater on Thursday, it was a good movie, but in my opinion, wasn't worth. Really, there was nothing controversial about it. There wasn't, it was just a good, solid movie, and we might talk about it. But then when people started like calling it the greatest movie of all time, I lost my shit.
No, it's a great movie, guys. It's a great movie. You should watch it.
It is,
but it's not better than Back to the Future. Okay, it's not better than Jurassic Park. It's not better than The Matrix. And DJ's like, where did Brian go? I only see Grace in the left. Okay, come on, DJ. Come on, bro. Look, it's not. It's not better than Interstellar. And I'm not even a huge fan of Interstellar, but I recognize how epic in proportion that film is.
Yeah.
Look, this movie is fun. It's worth the ticket price. You will love it. Your family will love it. It is a heartwarming, rock-solid film, and Ryan Gosling deserves awards. But it's not Back to the Future. It's not Interstellar. It's not Jurassic Park. It's not The Matrix. It's not those movies. And so to put this movie above those movies is literally insane.
And I want the audience to know as well that, the next time a movie comes around, if Brian has gone to the cinema and watched the movie, it means that what he's done is he's locked the kids in his car and he said, right, I want you all to read the Bible for 2 to 3 hours and it's team building. And if he no longer is youth pastor after that, he's done it for you, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure I'd be arrested if I just locked a bunch of kids in my car and went to watch a movie.
Well, the last thing I do want to say is I do have some issues with the kind of the character development and perhaps Ryan Gosling as the lead. He's such a great actor. Maybe I have a hard time seeing him as less than anything but heroic and studly. Maybe that's my problem. And I believe that as great as Ryan Gosling did, this role might have actually been better with a different actor. that could pull off an element of this character that I won't mention here because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, I know what element you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when I saw the trailer, I remember reading the book and thinking like, I feel like this character wouldn't be as heroic as the character in the book. And it's a spoiler if we say any more, but like,
don't say anymore. Yeah,
but like the way the character is portrayed, like this, it's like saying like The Rock would like. There's some actors are so typecast as being like this heroic masculine figure, and this character is just not that at the beginning of the story.
Not
The Rock is Einstein.
Yeah,
yeah. Right. Imagine an Einstein biopic played by The Rock
or Stephen Hawking. Yeah,
right. Yeah. And Stephen Hawking is Superman. Like, what? I don't know.
That is true.
But Ryan Gosling's great. I would watch Ryan Gosling in anything, to be honest.
Well, on that subject, have you seen the rumors are going around that apparently he's, during an interview, he said that he's in talks to play Ghost Rider?
I did hear that, and
you're talking about hell yes, I would take that. How are you hesitating on this?
I was never a Ghost Rider fan.
Okay, all right. Well, let's save that for another clip.
Let's save it for another time. But last thing I want to say here is Drew D says it's probably better than Gravity and Arrival. Interesting that you should say that. One of the arguments I had yesterday was people comparing it to Arrival, and it is better than Arrival. I did say, it is better than Arrival. So it's better than Arrival and Gravity.
But I thoroughly dislike Arrival. So I don't like Arrival. I think it's slow. It's too slow.
I slept 3 times through Arrival.
It's a gorgeous movie.
Yeah, see, Interstellar has slow elements, but it's so grand that it's hard to not be excited about the next reveal or whatever. Yeah. But Arrival is not that way.
There's a question here that somebody asks, and this is Drew D, and I know we got other super chats, but this ties in. If Project Hail Mary went with a darker tone, who would you have wanted to play Grace? Very interesting question. Remember for 16 months. Thank you, Drew D.
Grace is the main character, by the way, guys.
Yeah, Grace Randolph.
No, yes, Grace Randolph. 100%.
No more Grace jokes. Okay, I would say Culkin. Keir Culkin? Not Macaulay, but his brother.
Oh yeah.
What's his brother's name?
I would say Michael B. Johnson.
Stop it. Kieran Culkin, I think, would have actually been probably good. Somebody along the lines of that little bit weird, little bit dark, probably would have been a better actor for this role, even though Ryan Gosling really did such a great job. He cried in all the right places. Everything was really nice, but they did need, I think, somebody who could play, and I don't want to say it, who could be a hero, but also be maybe not a hero.
Matthew McGee shooting catwalk.
But I have a good casting. Sam Rockwell.
God, he's just too. But he can't just help. He just can't stop being funny.
Okay, wait. One more try.
Sam Rockwell would be good.
What about Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, actually, Sam Rockwell's perfect.
Sam, I'm joking.
Think Galaxy Quest. Think Sam Rockwell, Galaxy Quest. You're right. He's a perfect cast.
Sam Rockwell would be perfect. Yeah. I mean, but that is not saying that Ryan Gosling did not do a good job. He's great.
He did. He's just too studly.
He's too studly. He's too much of a man. He's like, too much of a man
in the role. Like, imagine Brad Pitt.
Oh, Brad. Yeah, we'll talk. Look, Ryan Gosling would have been better. It's better than Brad Pitt would have been, I think.
Probably. Well, I don't know. All right. I mean, just saying from like Brad Pitt, everything he's in, he's like, okay, yeah, he's a stud. All right.
Well, that's it for this. But listen, you should go watch this film. Okay?
Yeah.
And you should read the book. Hell, do both. In fact, I suggest you read the book and then go watch the movie. But you might not have time for that because you need to watch it in theaters. So maybe you watch the movie first. And actually, the book's pretty short. If you can't read that fast, then I don't care which order you do it in.
judge much.
But read the book and watch the movie, and you should definitely 100% watch it in theaters because it is a grand, big movie.
I only had 20 people opening night. There were only 20 people in my theater. I was going to tell Brian, are we going to talk about this more? No.
Yeah. I have a couple more things to say about it.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to bring up the theater
yes,
portion of it. But you need to watch this movie. And I suggest if you can watch it in IMAX, in 5D, Dolby 4DX, D-Box, and Screen X, if you could afford the $67 ticket that this would cost you, here you go, guys. I suggest you watch it in that because it would be worth it. So when we're saying it's not as good as what we're saying, we're not saying it's not great. We're just saying it's not as good as those movies. And I just want to button that portion of this up because it's not as good. It's Interstellar, Jurassic Park, The Matrix. Stop with that. That's insanity. And friends of ours with great taste are saying that. And we're like, what are you talking about? But
something in the water clearly at the moment.
You should watch it.
They've been beaten down. That's the problem.
Yeah, they've been beaten down. Yeah. This is a preview of the movie in 4DX, and if you have not experienced 4DX, it's insane. It's like
it makes me ill. I can't do it.
If a movie was also a roller coaster and when they say 4DX, they got smoke and smells and like water spraying you in the face and the chairs are moving and like the screens all around you. It's 4DX and Screen X is insane.
That's just not a normal cinema experience for me in the UK. Smoke, water, fire.
Because it's so worn down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the directors talking about it.
We're in a ride, and I've never had this experience before, and I love it. Hey everybody, I'm Phil Lord.
I'm Chris Miller. We are the directors of Project Hail Mary.
Today we are going to take you to all our favorite theaters in Los Angeles.
To show you all the different
formats that you can experience.
Look at that.
Raining and snowing.
Wow, ridiculous.
There are 12 different ways to watch this movie.
We will explain this to you. We will get you up to speed. But think of my poor parents when I'm on the
Okay, I will link that video in the description, but here's the deal.
I love that they did this. Like, we need more content from directors like this. You know, we need to hear from our directors more. I'm really impressed.
Well,
yeah, I'll link that video in the description, but I did want to say I love that it's in so many formats. And if you could only afford standard or whatever, then watch it in that. But bro, if you can afford 4DX, Screen X and all that stuff, and you want to, when you want a hell of an experience, like, go for it, dude. I mean, it's going to cost you, but here's the deal. How many times are you going to see an actual, and we're telling you right now, it's a great movie in an incredible advanced format. Most movies aren't that great. And this is not going to be in theaters forever. Like, we know how that works. Like, oh, we got a few weeks and it's out. Try to watch it in the best possible format that you can stomach and you can afford, in my opinion.
Do it. Save the theater experience.
Yeah, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch this sucker in 4DX and Screen X. That's what I want to sit there. I want the water to be sprayed in my face. When I leave the theater, I want to feel like I was violated by Grace and Rocky. Okay,
we don't have that here near where I live, so I'm just going to pay a tramp just to do all that to me.
Did you guys see they did the opening of that movie, the horror movie coming out this week? Now you can chase me too.
Wait, we'll get to that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that separately because that
4D experience. What?
Wait. Hold up. Okay. One more thing about this, and we'll move on. We'll talk about that next.
Oh, okay.
I did want to talk about the box office for this movie because we are seeing some interesting stuff here. So, The Martian. Here's the comparison: Martian, Passengers, Arrival, Mickey 17 shouldn't be on this list. By the way,
God, why is it on there?
Yeah,
it's not a horrible movie, but it's certainly not a good movie.
No, it's a bad movie. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible.
Once again, it's a terrible movie.
It's not horrible. It's not terrible, horrible. It's just not good.
Again, really. Look,
it's free on streaming. I mean, give it a try. Tell us what you guys think about Mickey 17 in the comments. Like, I didn't mind it. Am I ever going to watch it again?
Movie, and it was a waste of 2 hours.
Am I ever going to watch Make It 17 again? No. But I didn't hate the fact that I watched it at home for free. So,
Fair enough.
But like here's where we're tracking here. It looks like it's doing pretty damn good. It's leveled off a little bit. The Rotten Tomato score is super high. Is it going to beat The Martian? I don't think so.
No, but The Martian came out in 2015, and I would argue that after 2020, the box office probably will never recover after 2020.
Right. And so that is actually a really good point. It is not fair to compare box office numbers post-COVID to box office numbers pre-COVID.
Amen.
When people go, Superman didn't make as much as Man of Steel. Yeah, no shit. Like one is at the height of cinema, and one is after the death of cinema.
Is after the birth of streaming.
Right, after the birth of streaming. Like it's not a fair comparison to compare movies post-streaming to movies pre-streaming. Post-COVID, pre-COVID. It's not fair.
Well, we're at a time now where even if someone sees it, or a trailer for it, and goes, "Oh, I really like that movie," but I'll wait until it comes onto streaming. That's the mindset now, isn't it? Especially with how expensive things are at the moment.
Right. It's so expensive. Like people can't afford. Like I said, dude, Shane spent $150 to go to the movies.
4 people.
I have a club membership at my theater that gives me like a couple movie tickets a month, and it's like it's a great deal. And I make sure to maintain the amount of money I have to spend per month, like the membership cost, but also I make sure to maintain how many movies I go to every year to keep that platinum status, only because I did the math one year. And if I just went to half the movies, it would still somehow cost me more. It would cost me more to go to half the movies per year. Like if I only saw 12 movies a year, it would cost me more to watch 12 movies a year than to watch 24 movies a year with that membership, which is wild.
Wow, that's a great point. You know what I do, guys? I sneak in a Subway sandwich and I buy a drink.
Yeah, but a huge one, like one of those 6-foot Subway sandwiches.
Yeah, it's like down my pant leg.
Yeah, yeah. all the ladies are like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
because he has a gigantic Subway sandwich just down his pants, sticking out his jacket. Anyways, guys, go watch the movie in theaters. That's where you should watch it. You should watch most good movies in theaters, honestly. Yes. But also, I think you should read the book. And I'm gonna wrap this up and let you guys something to say before we end.
Nope, good segment.
Yeah.
All right, guys, hit the comment section. Let us know what you guys think about this movie, and are you watching it in theaters? And we're moving on. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Do you want to do a super chat first?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Oh my gosh, I missed some. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let me go up to the top.
No, we were in the middle of the segment. It's all right.
All right, here we go. All right. Kenneth the Rogue for $5, rocking it in the free world with the super producer, says, makes a person wonder what their solo movie might have been.
Yes, Ken. Yes. And it would have probably been fantastic. You know, the solo movie we got was
what you mean it was bad? I mean, what?
Wasn't Han Solo named Solo because he was a solo passenger?
Yeah, he was just.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not say that's high quality, guys? Come on.
Yeah, Lord and Miller, they really have this great attitude when they're making their movies. They have good comedic timing, and they're really about quality. So I don't think they would have done a Star Wars film. I think any Star Wars film they worked on would have been fantastic, but I would have loved to see their solo movie. Good.
Maybe we'll get another. Maybe in the future we might get that now that someone's moved on. You never know.
All right,
maybe.
We also have Drew D, member for 16 months. Thank you, Drew. Says that Project Hail Mary went with a darker tone. Who would have wanted to play Grace? So we already talked about that. I'm sorry.
And we talked about that one.
Yeah, and JC Chappie, the Brainiac himself.
Member for 19 months.
Hey,
legend.
Chad. right, Brain Show bros and John just got the notification, so catching up today's going to be a great show. Thank you, my friend. You're a good guy.
I love that energy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He's roided it up today. He really has.
All right.
Very calm.
We're going to talk about Ready or Not. Okay, so this movie, the first one, Ready or Not 2, actually. The first movie came out, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting right now. It came out in
It was just
2008, 19.
19, yeah.
I remember watching that movie and thinking, wow, this is actually a pretty good movie. It was actually really well done, sort of awesome. The character was a great actor. Interesting story, you know, like a sort of like horror vibe, but like a revenge horror thing. Yeah. Very cool. I very much enjoyed it. And then I found out that this movie was coming out. We're going to play you the trailer right now. This movie is coming out. Actually, it's coming out now. It just came out. Yeah. And we're going to play the trailer, and we're going to give you my thoughts on whether or not this required a sequel or not, and whether or not it's warranted. Because I don't think
I'm going to say no.
Well, let's play the trailer and we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Here is the trailer for Ready or Not. Here I Come. Which is, by the way, cool title.
Well, yeah, because you're playing hide and seek, bro.
Right. I mean, it's a cool title. It's a Ready or Not, Here I Come. Like, instead, yeah, it's cool. All right. Here we go. The original protagonist is now handcuffed to someone on a golf.
The game will begin.
Always good.
Yeah.
In 5.
Very Saw 2 vibes.
3, 2. Do you have any questions?
Oh my gosh.
Can I have a cigarette?
Hey, is that Bilbo Baggins? I'm sorry, Frodo Baggins?
It is. Yeah. It is. That quest really turned him dark.
Yeah,
it?
Frodo Baggins, man. I don't know. Listen, maybe you should have given up that ring sooner.
The heads of the council families will try to kill you and your sister. Whoever does wins the high seat and controls everything.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. This is why she couldn't do Buffy, because she was too busy killing teenagers.
Yeah.
Good.
You're telling me you didn't know your fiance was in a devil cult? Listen, if you don't
I like
exactly
that
what I'm
actor
saying,
from the
you're
Blumhouse
a
films, too. I always forget her name.
So it begins.
All right.
Oh, man.
Okay. I wonder why they put her back in her original, like, wedding dress. Nostalgia. Yeah.
Back for round 2, bitch! Yeah.
I mean, look.
So
I mean, like, that does interest me.
So this is Jean-Claude Van Damme Hard Target, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but a cooler version.
Well, here's the thing. Like, studios want to make money. That's all they care about. And as you go along this, you may want to believe that they care about how you feel, but they do not care about how you feel. So when this movie first came out, I watched it and I went, "Oh, what a cool flick, man! You know, a little revenge movie. You know, cool premise."
Right.
When it was over, I was like, "Man, cool movie." You know
Cool
what
movie.
I didn't say to myself? Please make another one.
This needs a sequel. Yeah.
I don't need to see the exact same movie over again.
Yeah. At no place where I was like, you know what? I need to watch another version of this right away.
How many times could you not die?
Right.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of movies based on that.
Yeah.
You know, and I get that it's not expensive to make.
This is not the first like revenge horror movie, right?
Oh, there's a lot.
But this one was done better than most. The first one was done better than most of those movies. And it was very entertaining. And Samara Weaving is actually really great. Really great. She's the perfect character. But yeah, it didn't need a sequel. But will I still watch this when it comes out on streaming? Yeah.
When it comes out on streaming.
Yeah, I'm not going to go spend $150 to watch this in the theater.
Right. Now, you know who this movie is for? It's not for the guys. Just heads up. This is for the ladies. This is lady revenge stuff. And it's a whole untapped market that probably studios are starting to get their hands on, because you're starting to see more of these girl revenge type movies. And I think you're going to probably see, if this succeeds, like, and it sounds like it's going to do well, don't be surprised if they bring her back to get shot at a third time.
Well, it's counter programming. So just as important, almost as important, I should say, as the quality of a film is when you release it. So if you release a movie in February when there's no competition, then it might, and it's good, it'll probably find its legs. If you release it in Christmas against a bunch of Christmas movies, and it's a horror film, you're not going to make any money. You put it in a blockbuster slot up against Avengers Doomsday, you're not making your money. But you know what? If you put it on the same weekend as the Ryan Gosling sci-fi film, then it's called counter programming. People that don't care about science fiction are going to go watch that. Women and men mostly, like a lot of men are going to want to watch Project Hail Mary. A lot of women are probably going to watch this horror comedy with a female protagonist. Like, this is counter programming. So the best
is already the second one this year. So Send Help came out earlier this year, which was female revenge movie. Now we've got a second. I'm just telling you, they're doing well. Send Help made a lot of money.
Yeah.
These movies are going to keep coming. So
man, listen, they're coming for you.
Yeah. All I would say
you're all
is,
gonna die.
all I would say is, if any of you out there are attached, just make sure you do the dishwasher after your partner has watched these movies, because they, as Brian says, they're coming for you.
Look, my wife has been watching murder porn for like 10 years, so I'm always has one eye behind.
No, my wife too. No, it's true. I wonder what she's thinking sometimes. But listen, did you guys see the when this movie came out and the showings they had for the 4D experience for this movie?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
Did you see what they did?
Did they hire actual killers to go into the theater at this point?
They threw blood at them.
No.
While watching the movie.
No.
I am not joking. Yes, you got bloodied up. When there were death scenes where they were slicing people up, they chucked blood into the stands. There's video of it.
No.
Yes.
No, so I heard that they're like the water hit you like the way it normally does for like arterial spray, but I didn't hear it was blood.
I heard it was blood. Now maybe it was social media being a little too descriptive, but what I saw, and it was dark in the theater, but it looked like people were getting drenched with something that looked red to me.
Okay, guys, so like the way 4DX works is like the chairs move around and there's fog and you get hit with like wind and you get sprayed with water during times where it's like storms or whatever. And but guys, it's like misty water. It dries up really quick. You feel it on your face real quick. I think what they were probably experiencing was when they exploded someone, they probably felt the arterial spray of the blood.
It's like Drew D says. He goes,
I'm looking it up right now. I'm trying to find it.
It's like Drew D says. He says, "Is that why I was getting asked to donate blood?" And it's like, yeah, you can imagine them running out and going, "We need some more blood, please. Open up a vein, everybody. Come on, let's get some more out there." You know.
Okay, I've got it for you. Ready?
Send me a link.
I'm gonna send it over to you. I hope this is right.
If this is correct, I have to say this goes a bit too far on theatre visits for me.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Right?
Okay, so this is like a promotional thing. This is not the way it normally is here.
I mean, no, obviously we're not nobody's going to go to the theater and you're going to get blood, everybody. No, that's
Instagram is the worst page.
They're like raiding hospitals.
So Instagram just spazzed out. I can't get it back.
Oh, it won't show you?
I mean, it just stopped. It just stopped. It stopped loading because it's a stupid page. Instagram is stupid in every way.
Let me find you another one.
It just spazzed out. I can't.
Here's a Facebook one. Let me get you that.
Thank you. I'm gonna close that stupid Instagram.
Yeah, but I saw it and I was like, man, you know, I know there are people who probably want that. I would not want to go to that screening personally. I just, you know, when I used to go to SeaWorld, I didn't sit at the bottom where the whales would splash you. Oh yes, there was a time when
so here's the promotional. So I guess they loaded up the water that normally is in there with blood. Okay.
Movie that shot blood on you anytime someone died on screen. A whole bunch of sickos, and your favorite sicko, went to a special screening of the new Ready or Not 2 movie, where they graciously handed out ponchos to survive what seemed like gallons of blood. I wasn't using all that. I came here to get bloody. I just didn't expect so much blood in my pants. The movie was so fun, and no one that went seemed to be worried that their clothes would be pink forever now. Would you go?
Okay, that's funny.
Okay,
that's cool. You know what? We need more. We need more experiences like that, where it's a unique theater experience. You want to save theaters? Do unique stuff.
So you don't take food into that showing then?
Short ribs.
All right, guys, what do you guys think? Are you guys watching Ready or Not, Here I Come in the theaters? Do you want to go to the special 4DX? Yeah, Ready or Not. Yeah, Here I Come is the 2.
Oh,
right?
is it really?
Yeah, there's no Here I Come on the first one. It's just Ready or Not. If you want to watch this, would you watch it in 4DX where they spray blood on you and shoot you with real bullets? Let us know in the comment section below.
I'm worried about a movie about pissing. Like if somebody, that would be a tough one.
Yeah, I want to watch the R. Kelly biopic in 4DX. Like,
Sean P. Diddy Combs baby oil.
Everyone's slipping down the aisles.
Why is that tramp stood behind me while I'm watching this film? What's going on?
A bunch of actors are hired just to sexually assault you during the picture.
I feel like I've been in that one.
Okay, guys. All right.
You got it for free.
Shh. You don't have to pay for that. Just stand outside.
Okay, man. We're talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I have a trailer for you, and then we're going to be covering something that's very controversial to us. The casting of Sadie Sink. And I'm going to show you the trailer. We're going to show you the trailer. And then we're going to talk about the rumor that Sadie Sink is playing a particular character that I think is insane and ludicrous and not possible. But we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about who it came from. Because yes, the rumor was started by John Campea. But first, of course it was. It was started by John Campea, of course.
But of course it was.
But first, let's watch the trailer. And we'll react to it. And then we'll talk about the casting. Here we go. To be clear, and John, look this up if I'm wrong. MJ does not stand for Mary Jane, right?
Correct.
Okay, just to make sure, let's get that off. Let's get that off the table right now, so you all understand. Yep. MJ, Zendaya, MJ does not stand for Mary Jane. It's like something
Isn't
else.
It Michelle
Jones or something like that. I don't know, but it's not. Why? It's not Mary Jane.
Why?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that, Shane. He stalks that diner every day, just watching his friends. Let me ask you a question. At what point, let's imagine if let's say us three went to a diner.
Okay.
After work, and we, sat there and we drank coffee and ate peanuts or whatever, right? And we would talk. Would you guys notice the creepy guy that constantly was also there, just watching us all day long?
Yeah, you would. And later on, he moves in next door to them. So yeah, it does.
Well, I mean,
hey, that's that guy from the diner. He's our neighbor now.
I mean that's weird. But I mean, I watch you two 24/7 on cam. That's normal though, right?
That's good point.
Nothing bad with
Frank, the Punisher.
John Bernthal.
This is the first reveal that the Punisher is in the film. Remember, if you ever watched the Punisher, excuse me, if you watch the Punisher series, he curses a lot. It is very much rated R.
Yeah.
So this movie is rated PG-13. He cannot curse the way he curses in the movie. Just a reminder of that.
Well, he's not going to do
with a van.
What?
He's not going to do Punisher stuff though. That's what I don't like about it. It's like
he can't be like a bloody cursing.
I'm not going to get the Punisher, the stuff that I've got behind me. It's
right.
It annoys me. It's like if you're not going to do the Punisher right, don't have Punisher in the movie. Have another character.
But in the comics, and if they're telling the story, I think they're telling, then the Punisher sort of is necessary.
Yeah.
Well, also, you got to figure that John Bernthal's act as an actor is on the rise. He's going to be in the Odyssey coming out soon. He's got this. Yeah, he's on
also
the
with
rise.
Zendaya, I think.
Yeah.
Zendaya as well. Yeah,
and Tom Holland. Jeez.
So
I've come up with a horror movie actually where I run into every single screen in a cinema and all of them have got Zendaya on the screen.
Recurring nightmare. So
Jeez.
John Bernthal, I think one of the reasons also you want to have him in is because he's on the rise. It's and plus he's part of the story. But you're right. I don't really like the Punisher Spider-Man combination by itself.
Right, but yeah, I get it. But if they're doing the comics that I think they're doing, if they're adapting that story, then it is sort of necessary to have. This is actually pretty important.
Is it comic accurate?
Well, I mean, sort of.
Yes.
I mean, I'm saying what's about to happen to Spider-Man, is this comic accurate where
there's
through another phase?
Yeah, there is a comic. Yeah, there's a comic where he goes through phases. Yeah. There's one where he turns into an actual like man spider. So instead of Spider-Man, it's like man spider.
A man spider.
Yeah. So there's multiple types of mutants in the MCU, right? Or the Marvel universe. There's the mutants and the mutates, if I remember correctly. And mutants are people that are born with abilities because they have the X gene. The mutates are the ones where something triggers their mutation. So Spider-Man would be a mutate. The Hulk would be a mutate. Ms. Marvel would be a mutate. And then you have the classic mutants like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Xavier. So I think they're trying to sort of bridge the gap between mutants and mutates in this way. And this is an interesting way to do it because you can have that storyline where he is like evolving. It's actually, the comic book showed it as like body horror. But in reality, it's more that he, having forgotten everyone, because in the comics it was like Mephisto or something that made everyone forget. Mm-hmm. But it's really more like an allegory because everyone's forgotten him. He has no one. He throws himself into the Spider-Man role and he loses the part of himself that makes him Peter Parker. And it's more of a stage of life sort of allegory, I think. But in this movie, they're probably going to go with that evolution. Are we going to see like the man spider thing? I don't think so. We're probably going to see something like that's akin to body horror. Yeah. Now, the reason I paused it here was because it's
because you wanted to look at Tom Holland's chest.
It's obvious. Shut up. It's obvious. Shut up. That's true. Actually, that's true. It's obvious that they photoshopped out the organic web shooters.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. They're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is this. So Tom Holland's Spider-Man didn't have organic web shooters. Neither did Andrew Garfield.
Only Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Only Tobey Maguire had him, right?
Right. Only Tobey Maguire had him. And I remember in the last movie, they were like, wow, yeah, those are organic. That's weird.
Where else does it come out of?
Yeah. Right. So remember this though. Remember Tobey waking up in like cocoon and webs everywhere. The same. Now we're getting a similar thing where he's literally waking up sort of cocooned in webbing and web everywhere. And so they photoshopped this out because they want to allude to it, but they don't want to show it, I think. And I think there's actually a lot of stuff in this trailer they photoshopped out. By the way, when I say Photoshop out, I'm saying that they just removed, okay? I'm using a general term.
They're not actually using Photoshop.
They're not using Photoshop, obviously. But they removed his, whatever's on his wrist. Whatever we're going to see in the movie, they probably removed. And I'll show you another example where I think that's the case. So notice how it's conveniently out of frame. They don't see the fact that you hear the web.
Yeah.
And he grabs onto something. Obviously, it's organic web shooters. Okay. So he has the organic, which means this is the first step of the evolution. And so if they're using the man spider thing, it makes sense for the Punisher to be involved. In the comics, I believe it was the lizard guy. I always forget his name. Professor Lizard. The reptilian, the reptile.
My favorite's the rhino.
The professor that also turns into a lizard, I'm forgetting his name right now. He actually goes to him because he's mutating. Huh?
Kurt Connors?
Yes. He goes to him because he's mutating, and that guy helps him. In this one we're about to see, he goes to Bruce Banner, a.k.a. the Hulk. So he's getting scanned. He's mutating. Something's going on.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner.
Now, it makes a lot of sense, by the way, to utilize Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner wouldn't remember Peter Parker, but you know who would? The Hulk.
Why?
Because that would be comics accurate. The Hulk would remember this. Would remember Spider-Man, but Bruce Banner wouldn't. So there's probably going to be a moment in this movie where he turns into the Hulk or Professor Hulk or whatever. Right now, if we're going off of what he did in She-Hulk, which I really hope we're not, but if we are, Bruce Banner has invented some type of inhibitor that inhibits his Hulkness. So he can like be a regular person, or he can turn on and off. Doc Connors, thank you guys.
Professor Hulk.
And so I think that's going to, at one point, he's going to turn into the Hulk, and we're probably going to get that scene where the Hulk does remember Spider-Man.
You need someone to remember him.
Right.
That makes sense, because someone has to remember him, or else you kind of put yourself in a corner.
Right.
Yeah.
And if the Hulk remembers him in Hulk form, then those memories will then once again be shared by Bruce Banner, and then we can have someone that Spider-Man can connect to again and feel family with. He doesn't have Stark, obviously, and I think that Bruce Banner would be his. Basically, it's their version of the Doc Connors character, essentially.
I'd rather see the Hulk than Mark Ruffalo, if I'm being honest. In the film.
The problem is now the Hulk is Mark Ruffalo, right? So it's like when he becomes Dr. Hulk or whatever, it's still Mark Ruffalo.
Professor Hulk.
But Luke
Hulk.
Ferrigno was doing the voice previously, wasn't he?
Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah. For Avengers Assemble, he did the voice for it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's cool.
So all I know is, the other guy, thank you, the other guy is going to remember Spider-Man, and that those memories will be shared with Bruce when he goes back into his human form. This will be the connection, and this is my theory. This will be the connection Peter Parker needs to the world, because he is right now literally falling and is mutating into Spider-Man, or a spider in a sense, that those different life cycles of a spider, because he has no one. He has no one and nothing that he connects with. He's thrown his entire life into the character that is Spider-Man. It is. It's him. It's the guy from Community.
Is it the same guy that Something About Mary, the black guy?
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, I'm looking it up right now. Steven
famous guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very famous. He has that voice. I can't get it out of my head. He's in Community. I can't remember his name. What is his name? Guys, help me out. What's his name?
In Community. Huh?
David Keith? David Keith is his name?
Keith David. Keith David.
Okay, Keith David. Oh, there's actually also a David Keith.
It does sound like his voice.
There's a white guy. There's a white version of that character, of that actor named David Keith. Yeah, Keith. So this is 100% who it is. I mean, I don't know actually for sure, but that's what I think it is. Right here.
Okay, we'll take it.
Hey, you know what? His voice is great. That's great. Great narrator.
Just seeing as well. Just checking
Spiders
online.
have 3 life cycles.
Online, apparently, there's a few sites that have been saying Keith David shared a cryptic response when asked if it's his voice in the trailer.
Oh,
so yeah, it looks like it is him.
Oh, cool, good.
Is he going to be the Liz? Is he going to be Kurt Connors?
No.
Wow.
No. Yeah, they already have a no. That's not.
Not in this universe, they don't.
No, you're right. All right, let's move on.
I'll tell you, AI has confirmed, everybody. AI has confirmed that Keith David is the voice in this thing.
Yeah,
I don't know how much I trust AI. AI is so it wants to be your friend so badly, it will sort of just repeat what it thinks you want to hear. I literally, this is a side tangent. Sorry, guys. I was cooking a gigantic roast, tri-tip roast. And I wanted to verify the timing, and I've done this 1,000 times. I'm a old school pit master, but I just wanted to verify the timing for a sous vide. So I said, hey, what's the timing? How long should I sous vide a roast at 133 degrees? And the thing said, well, tri-tip is very tough. You should definitely do that overnight, 12 to 24 hours. Guys, the meat would disintegrate. Like, it would be gone. And just for reference, 3 to 4 hours is the longest you should cook a tri-tip. Anyways, moving on, back to this. So someone was saying this is a reference to Jean Grey, a.k.a. that someone is John Campea. Why would the spirit swapping person, whatever the hell this is, what would that have to do with Jean Grey? Your comment's good, John. John, tell me, is that a power Jean Grey exhibits?
No, she's the same as Professor X.
Weird,
but more powerful.
Yeah,
weird.
Phoenix Force.
Right. So I'm not sure.
One character is demonic possession.
Mephisto. Yeah.
Well, Mephisto is the devil.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
So
who possesses?
There could be that. I mean, it's obvious that whatever is happening, it's some sort of entity traveling from body to body. So
right.
Think of it. I mean, it could be something new, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be Mephisto. In the comic books, Mephisto was the one. So he makes a deal with Mephisto to lose the love of his life in order to, basically, the same thing that happened in the movie where everyone forgot who he was is effectively sort of what happens in the comics, but instead of Doctor Strange, it was Mephisto that did it.
Yeah.
So, and Mephisto is like the devil of this universe. And we did see him in Ironheart, which doesn't mean crap, but.
No.
By the way, this Mephisto thing is, right now, apparently it is heavily rumored that he's in this movie.
Okay. That would make, that would work.
So not Jean Grey, Mephisto.
Yeah, I think, not Jean Grey though. I don't know where they get that. We're black.
Interesting where that's filmed is 30 minutes. Where that's filmed there, that prison, that's 30 minutes from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You spent some time in there, huh, John?
You spent some time there, bro?
Yeah. I've righted my cup along the rails,
Alms for the poor.
And he's fighting like this order of warrior monk priest or whatever.
Made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, because friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Okay. So that's the trailer. Now, there's been a rumor going around that a lot of people are repeating. Sadie Sink is in the movie, and she's the front runner to play Jean Grey.
Okay. Is that your best John Campea voice?
No, that's my best.
It was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was kind of like you cross the arms and you're kind of like you lean back in the chair a little bit.
I'll try it now as well. I hunted, Rob. I hunted.
My wife's really into golf lately.
Okay. So if you don't know who Sadie Sink is, my wife is a powerful executive. Okay, stop. If you don't know who Sadie Sink is, she is from Stranger Things of fame. She's young, 22, 23-year-old something. Ginger, which is great. She actually looks like? She actually looks like the proper Mary Jane, but whatever.
Don't go there.
I'm actually going to go there because
Zendaya will play MJ in every iteration of Spider-Man until she's 90.
Okay. All right. So the thing is this: Zendaya's MJ is not Mary Jane. No. Her name is Michelle Jones Watson. So they went out of their way to make sure that you knew that when she says MJ, it's not Mary Jane. That, in my mind, leaves a character on the table. It leaves the actual love of Spider-Man's life, Mary Jane, on the table.
I was going to say, maybe they did the right thing here. Like, instead of doing like a race-swapped character and got rid of the ginger, they just put in a different person. So maybe it's not so bad.
That would have been intelligent intelligence from a studio that was incredibly woke at the time. I think that they did it at the time, obviously, for the diversity box tick with MJ, but now they're like, okay, now let's actually do it proper.
Now this is a proper MJ, right?
Now here's the crazy part. So Sadie Sink is in the movie, and she's in Secret Wars. For sure, we know those two things. We don't know what character she's playing. So everyone's trying to figure out what she's playing. Instead of saying the obvious thing, like, I don't know, Mary Jane. They go, well, perhaps she's playing the other love of his life. I always forget her name. Gwen Stacy. Yeah. Or maybe Rob, maybe she's playing Jean Grey. And the reason I said Rob is because
I know. John.
Right. This is in 2024. It actually didn't originate. It actually didn't originate with John. It actually originated with a guy named Jeff Snyder, who, if you don't know who Jeff Snyder is, he is a guy who is always wrong.
That down, guys.
He is a scooper that does a podcast with Rocha, whatever his name is, and he is wrong a lot more than he's right. And I know there's a lot of fans of this guy out here, but I'm going to tell you right now, he's continuously wrong. There are subreddits dedicated to how wrong he is. All the time. The DCU subreddit is littered with posts about him crashing out over people disagreeing with him, only to find out he was wrong. So he's always wrong. Well, guess who he's personal friends with? Drum roll, please. John Campea.
John Campea, okay.
Well, in 2024, right, there was a report from Campea about what Jeff Snyder said, and I'm going to show it to you right now.
Let's move on to this, shall we? Speaking of the future and Disney, a lot of people are very excited that X-Men movies are finally coming. We've had some very
By the way, this was during the time that Rob was fired.
Patrick Stewart's version.
Rob wasn't there to be like,
pop up in
that
Doctor
makes
Strange.
no sense, John.
We've had Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. We had that one shot of Beast at the
No,
end of
John,
the Marvels.
that makes no sense.
X-Men are coming. Not imminently. We just don't know where we're getting our first bona fide X-Men film, but the X-Men are coming. And now, according to a report,
here's the report.
Stranger Things breakout star Sadie Sink may be in line to be our new Jean Grey for the next 10 to 15 years.
Okay.
This comes to us from Men's Journal, who wrote this. According to Hollywood tipster and sometimes guest on our show, our friend Jeff Snyder, Sadie Sink is the quote-unquote front runner to play a new version of Jean Grey.
Okay, pause it right there. First off, he is always wrong. That's akin to a Hollywood rag, tabloid. Is it possible that Sadie Sink is playing a version of Jean Grey? Before the casting in Brand New Day, I would have said, sure, it's possible. If they're going to reboot the X-Men universe after Secret Wars, then they can go with a younger version, a la First
Definitely
Class.
Possible.
Yeah.
She fits the what you want.
Okay, but the reason I'm showing you this order, because it's very important to show you that. So he reports in 2024 that his friend, Jeff Snyder, basically said this was, she's playing Jean Grey.
She's the front runner, yeah.
And just to recall that Jeff Snyder's wrong a lot more than he's right. He just sort of throws, he's sort of like Daniel RBK, throws things at the wall, and the few things that stick, everyone's like, oh, hail Daniel RBK! But they ignore the fact that the other 8 things that he said were completely false. So now this is a year later. John's going to be discussing the casting of Sadie Sink in Spider-Man 4. Here we go. I'm showing you this order.
Back down. Let's move on to this, shall we?
Here we go.
Spider-Man 4 is coming, and we got our first new casting news, and it's big. Stranger Things star, and one of the stars of the Academy Award-winning film The Whale, Sadie Sink, has been cast, according to Deadline, to join Tom Holland in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
And if you're like me, you might be surprised to find out she's turning 23 in a couple of weeks. I know, like when I think of Sadie Sink, I still think of her as a little kid, but she's turning 23 years old. Now, this comes to us from Deadline.
Rob is back on the show now after his
with production set to start later this year on the next installment of the Spider-Man franchise. Series star Tom Holland looks to have found a new co-star, one who is no stranger to popular IP. That's terrible, by the way. Sources tell Deadline that Stranger Things star Sadie Sink is set to join the sequel from Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios. Holland is set to return as...
I'm moving forward.
Now, of course, everybody's going to be talking about, okay, well, who
Here we go.
is Sadie Sink going to be playing? A lot of people are already saying, I saw in the live chat, a lot of say, oh, but clear, she's going to be Mary Jane. She ain't going to be Mary Jane, guys.
Okay, first off, why do you say that, John? Can someone explain to me why every one of these Hollywood insider YouTubers with access to studio screeners keeps saying that there's no way she could play Mary Jane? Why?
So let me answer this, John. So hang on a minute. You're telling me that a 23-year-old white female who's got red hair, it's obvious that she's not going to be playing Mary Jane, who is a redhead and Spider-Man's love interest in the comic books. You're telling me that? I think we've got a confusion here somewhere.
I think the reason why he's saying it is because John is so far in the other camp that he can't fathom the fact that they wouldn't have the diverse MJ as the only love interest of Peter Parker. So I believe that he probably just can't fathom the idea that they would actually bring, Mary Jane back to compete in this world. So maybe he just, lack of imagination for John here, and he just doesn't believe that they will go unwoke, so to speak.
Yeah, but it's not like they made Zendaya Mary Jane. They went out of their way to say her name is not Mary Jane.
Now what I'm saying though is like, sometimes lefties just can't stop being lefties.
Yeah, that's
well. It was at the end of Homecoming when she actually says, when they're gone, she says to someone, she says her name is Michelle. So it's right the way back to Homecoming that Zendaya's MJ says that. So, we're now at this point now where I hope there's common sense prevailing. And again, this screams Mary Jane to me, as a comic book fan. If it turns out that it's flipping, it's a bait and switch and she's suddenly the Punisher in the movie or something like that, then I'm going to be very upset.
Well, I think there's actually another possibility as to who this character is. That's not Mary Jane. It's entirely possible it's someone else. But let me get to there real quick.
It's true, but here's the thing.
Mary Jane's a good point. Yeah.
It would be weird. Let's be fair. It would be weird for Hollywood to cast her as Mary Jane. Now, I think it might signal the end of perhaps DEI wokeness, or at least the beginning of putting the cracks into it. I mean, here's a good reason why you can do this. Spider-Man movies make effing money.
Oh yeah.
Like they all hit.
Yeah, they all hit.
So you don't have to be afraid to do kind of what you want to do because people are going to show up. So if they wanted to split it, they are going to have a hard time because this version of Spider-Man is obviously in love with Zendaya MJ, and you can see it even from the trailer. Like
hopefully that's going to change because that doesn't make no sense. So someone in the chat keeps saying Jean Grey. I'm going to get to the point to the point why I don't think it's possible as Jean Grey, but hold on with me, okay? Stay with me. All right, so he goes, it's not Mary Jane, and he admonishes the chat for saying it is, but here we go.
Spider-Man already has his MJ.
No, he doesn't. He has Michelle Jones Watson
and MJ.
And you haven't even got to be a comic book fan to understand that. You just have to watch to the end of Homecoming.
Yeah, watch the first movie. Jesus, watch the first movie. That is not the person that is the love of his life. Maybe it might have been the high school love of his life, not the love of his life as an adult.
Yep.
It's not the classic Mary Jane, but he's not going to meet another MJ, okay?
Why not? Why couldn't that just be a misdirection?
I mean, we all want her to get hit by a train. Let's be fair.
But
and be controlled by this woman.
Right.
Just backing up what Shane said a few minutes ago, though, it does tie in with what Shane said, because all those years ago for Homecoming, if they weren't thinking about going down this route, why did they say that her name was Michelle?
Right.
Not Mary Jane at that point, if they wanted to keep the diversity thing going. So I'm going to correct what I said. I'm actually backing Shane there, because you would go, when she says at the end of Homecoming, she'd go, my name's Mary Jane Watson, not Michelle.
Thanks.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You're right.
You
Yeah.
can have that one.
I think I think she was a misdirect the whole time.
Yeah.
He's got his love interest. It's Zendaya. That's it.
That'd be a real weird.
No, it's not. That's not it. Characters evolve and change, John. What are you talking about? But John just can't fathom the concept of him liking someone that isn't the diverse female character.
Specific kink.
Yeah, I only get turned on by girls
women
with
with
Okay.
perfect.
Let's
Pass
look
this
up.
guy.
So here's who she's going to be playing. I'll tell you who she's going to be playing. She's going to be playing Jean Grey.
Okay. He takes credit for his friend Jeff Snyder's leak. So a year after he reports what Jeff Snyder says, a year later, he essentially takes credit, almost a year. He essentially takes credit and says, I think she'll be playing Jean Grey. He takes credit for it, right?
Oh, okay. This is
All right.
great.
Hilarious.
Okay, cool.
Hilarious, right?
He forgot his own show. Yeah, he forgot his own reporting.
Maybe he did. Okay, so and I'm you guys can go watch all these videos yourself to confirm. You know, I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing.
Did we get to see? Well, did we get to see where he says it?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, did you not just hear what he said?
He said, "I think she's gonna play," but doesn't he say something else? Like,
oh yeah, sure. I'll play the context.
Whatever.
Going to be playing. She's going to be playing Jean Grey. Now that's not an official thing, but if you guys remember,
John.
a couple of months ago, we covered a story, and we had said that we ourselves had heard some back channel whispering that Marvel was talking with Sadie Sink to potentially be Jean Grey, right? That was out there before, and that would make perfect sense. This would be an excellent.
Okay, I'm not gonna keep playing with. How in the world would that make perfect sense? But whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, like why does he? So he's saying now. Let me think back. Did Professor X? He was able to get into the minds of people.
He put blocks on her.
You know.
Yeah. If she was playing Jean Grey, she would be playing a version of Jean Grey before the Phoenix Force, before Professor X, before the Xavier School, all that stuff. She'd be playing a version of that character before.
Well, her parents initially in the comic books, like for whatever version you read, I don't know, but the parents go to Charles Xavier because they're concerned about her powers.
She was a
and
child.
He puts exactly. So
Yeah.
he puts mental.
Depends on the book.
Exactly. But he puts mental blocks in place, doesn't he? So that it stops the Phoenix Force from evolving and escaping.
Right.
Okay, now I'm gonna play this in a second, but I did let's address that real quick. First off, if that's the case, then Spider-Man, who by the way, if you guys don't know, exists in MCU proper, right? 616, like with Iron Man and the Avengers and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's very clear that there are no mutants. There are mutates, people that got powers through extraordinary means, like the Hulk, Spider-Man, et cetera, Wanda with the staff. It activated some innate gene or whatever. But there's no mutants. They made it very clear. There's the Inhumans that they quickly threw away once that experiment failed. But the thing is this, there's no mutants. But Spider-Man is in that universe where there aren't any mutants. We know that the mutant universe is a different universe. We're going to see them in Doomsday and then in Secret Wars. Different universe. And in that universe, there is a Jean Grey who is a mother to a child, Rachel Summers, to her husband, Cyclops, played by the same guy who played it in the original X-Men.
Yeah.
That universe exists. So in order for her to be Jean Grey, there would have to be another universe that is not attached to our universe that we've never seen before. A brand new universe thrown into the mix randomly in a new Spider-Man movie that doesn't make any sense narratively. She cannot exist in the current version of the MCU. It would make no sense that a 22-year-old Jean Grey who went to a Professor X Academy, exists. That means Professor X exists, and Magneto exists, and all these other characters have to exist. There's no way they exist in the 3 phases of Marvel we've seen. Not in this universe.
Well, also, can I just add, even if they went down that route, okay, it doesn't make sense to me because the X-Men kind of keep to themselves unless there's a special occasion. So why would Jean Grey be suddenly hanging out with Spider-Man in this movie?
It doesn't make any sense.
No sense.
So the only way for it to work
would be the love interest.
The only way for it to work is if she is a Jean Grey from another universe that we've never seen, and they're going to introduce that universe, that whole thing, which brings up way too much problems for a Spider-Man film. So I don't think that she can possibly be Jean Grey because it would make sense. It would not make sense narratively. She can't be from this universe. She would have to be from another universe. They're not going to bring that in.
You don't think they're going to go Spider-Gwen, do you, mate?
So, I mean, there is the Spider-Gwen option. There's the classic. I mean, it's the right there on the wall. It could just be Mary Jane. Like, literally, It could be Mary Jane that she meets. And that's why she's in Secret Wars, because Spider-Man is in Secret Wars. Because everyone's in Secret Wars, okay?
Yeah.
Every single character that's ever existed. When they go, oh, Sadie Sink is also in Spirit Wars, that means she's probably Jean Grey in the Phoenix Force. What are you talking about? Every single character ever is going to be in Secret Wars. But let's go this. Let's completely, just help me out with this exercise. Take the Jean Grey off the table. Let's just talk about characters that she actually could be playing. And here's what Mary Jane, for Shane, who doesn't, I know someone in the chat said that he's had multiple love interests. That's true. But the love interest that everyone remembers him for is Mary Jane. Of course. That's what Mary Jane looks like. Looks a lot like Sadie Sink. But now let's take off Mary Jane off the table, and let's take off Jean Grey off the table. And let's look at another character who would be the perfect character. Rachel freaking Summers. Rachel Summers is the daughter, wait for it, of Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Yeah.
Rachel Summers would 100% exist at this point because the X-Men universe that we followed, that we started with, that we're going to be shown in Doomsday is, ready, a lot older. And when Wolverine changed the timeline, he made it so that Jean Grey never died, which means she was able to grow old, marry Scott, right? Cyclops, have a child, aka Rachel Summers, and that child would have been around what age? Ready? Early 20s. Wait for it. Right? Late teens, early 20s. Okay, even better so. Every single Doomsday trailer, every single Doomsday teaser has shown some allusion to a child, right?
Right.
Everyone but one.
Rachel.
The X-Men one. It only showed Cyclops losing his proverbial SHIT.
Yeah.
Shane, what would make you lose your proverbial SHIT?
Take my kid, man.
Take your kid. So every single one of those teasers is all child related. Even the one with Captain America is him folding like children's clothing, right? It's all there's a connection to the kids of these heroes. But in the X-Men one, it's just Scott losing his crap.
So here's my question. So where would Spider-Man Brand New Day fit in the Doomsday movie?
Okay.
Like what time frame? How do those two fit together?
This is it. This is my opinion, and I believe this is actually part of this is from Rob. I'm gonna play with you what John and Rob say. I think that Sadie Sink is in the end credits of Spider-Man. I think she shows up as Rachel Summers in some way, probably working with Doomsday because that's what Doomsday kidnapped a bunch of these kids. I think that she is there at the end credits. I have no idea what the narrative is, but she's not in the entire movie. I think she's literally at the end of the movie.
I don't know why they'd list her as top cast if she's only at the end of the movie, but okay.
Because she's playing. Look at what are you talking about? What
she's
top
listed
cast?
in IMDb as top cast.
Well,
but then They did that from the start, technically, though, didn't they? With Robert Downey Jr. meeting certain people along the way in the early phases. So I can see it if it's a multi-contract deal, multi-movie contract.
So she would have to be also in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Right.
And a lot of casting in Doomsday is hidden for a reason, right? A big reason, because they don't want to give away the story. I think she's in the end credit scene. I think she's literally the end credit scene that ties Spider-Man to Doomsday.
Spider-Man?
Huh?
Which one?
The end credit scene of Spider-Man that ties Spider-Man to Doomsday.
Okay. So you think she's end credits only? Okay.
Right. And here's what John and Rob say, and John pretty much said something very similar.
Got not one, but two major MCU films coming out in 2026. We, of course, have Avengers Doomsday, which we all talk about a lot. Looking forward to that new trailer. And, of course,
We're gonna wrap it up after this,
Spider-Man
guys.
Brand New Day. Now, one of the big pieces of news that dropped in recent months was that Stranger Things star Sadie Sink was going to appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which got a lot of people excited about. But now it looks like her character might be even more important than we thought. As it is being reported,
click over here.
New generation of X-Men in Secret Wars. I don't know. I'm just speculating off the top of my
This is
head.
him once again saying that he thinks she's Jean Grey. Now here he's going to throw it over to Rob.
Anyway, Rob, what do you think about this story coming out of Deadline that Sadie Sink is going to be in Secret Wars? And does that give you any more kind of insight as to who she might actually be playing in this universe?
I think that everybody's going to be in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Everybody who ever existed. Ever is going to be in Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Labubu is in Secret Wars.
I do, because I mean it's going to be. It would not surprise me if
Batman's in Secret
Shaquille
Wars.
O'Neal comes back and
Shaquille
plays
O'Neal.
Steel in Secret Wars.
Shaquille
I John Henry's. Who knows? The entire Justice League.
What was Billy Zane again?
The Phantom.
In the purple suit?
The Phantom.
Billy Zane is the Phantom.
I
coming in there.
mean, hell, you never know. Alec Baldwin's going to come back as the Shadow. It's going to be great. I'm telling you. It makes sense to me that Spider-Man Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be connected in some way to Doom's shenanigans.
Of course, it's the movie before Doomsday.
It is.
If there isn't an end credit connection, then what a massive missed opportunity.
Right. That's true.
As I speculated, I believe that the post credit scene is going to have, based on the 40 Marvel movies that came before it or whatever,
right.
Spider-Man Brand New Day has to have some connection by the end of the movie. The post credit scene, somebody's taking somebody somewhere. Somebody's going. Whether it's the end of the world as we know it, Battle World is being formed, we're moving into Doomsday, and somebody joins Doom's group. I think that whatever's going to happen, it ain't going to be good for Spider-Man, and Sadie Sink is going to be part of Doom's consortium of evil.
Okay, I'm going to end it there. So he basically says that she's going to be, that believes it's an end credit scene. He believes she'll be part of it.
Which makes sense if he stole her as a child and blah, 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 blah.
Right. So I don't, that's my theory. I think it's absolutely ludicrous that it's Jean Grey. It's impossible. Actually, it's impossible. I think if they made her Jean Grey, then so many questions would be asked that it would take away from the movie, like right away.
I don't see how her being Jean Grey can add to the Spider-Man movie in any way.
No.
Jean Grey to me is a bottled up character. I mean, her powers are essentially bottled up for the most part. And, she serves as this, at least in the X-Men stuff that we've seen, she really serves as, this love triangle character and a character with potential. So I just don't see what she can add to the Spider-Man.
And the Phoenix character, right?
Yeah, and the Phoenix character.
What do you think, John?
I agree with what Rob's saying and what you've said a few minutes ago. I agree with Shane. It's not going to be Jean Grey in this movie, and I think you could be on the money with this one. Good shout out to you and to Rob. It certainly makes sense for going into the Doomsday movie. I will say everybody's meant to be in the Doomsday movie, but can I please have Ben Affleck's Daredevil in the movie, please? I'll be happy if that happens.
No. He's been canceled. It's now only Elektra. Elektra's the movie.
Only Elektra. I will say a nice shout out for Tremel Tillman is in this movie. From he plays in the TV show that I absolutely love, I just drew a blank. Anyway, Tremel Tillman's in this movie, and also Michael Mando is in this movie, and you'll remember him as Nacho Varga from mostly from Breaking Bad and
Severance.
And Severance was Tremel Tillman, yeah. And then, but Michael Mando is in this movie, he's from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, and so there's some really fun actors in this movie coming up. I'm actually
that poor bastard is finally getting to play his Scorpion character.
Yeah,
they teased it, and then I bet you that actor was like, "Oh, that's never gonna happen." And then some 10 years later, like, "Oh, come on in, buddy."
Yeah.
Can we have 70s Spider-Man in it as well, please? Can I'm just going to roll down the list,
man.
Yeah.
So DJ Skylar has a good point here. He said, "Hey Brian, there's a shot in the trailer people are saying it's Jean Grey. It's from the back and she's wearing a hoodie." Yeah, but like, why? Why would that be Jean Grey? Why are people associating Jean Grey with this movie? I'll tell you why. Because
what's his name said?
Because 2 freaking years ago, a random scooper said to a discredited website that he was hearing rumors that she was playing Jean Grey. And then John Campea picked that up because he's friends with him and reported on it. And then some other YouTuber reported it. And then this incestuous, never-ending circle of circle-jerking pain started where everyone started to associate Jean Grey with this movie. I'm going to be very clear here. There is zero actual evidence of Jean Grey being in this film. The only connection you can make at all, is a discredited scooper who is wrong 80+% of the time, said that he heard a rumor about. And everyone took that one thing and made stories about it because they are desperate for content. And then a year later, Homeboy took credit for it. And then that started another round of people desperate for content saying that she's Jean Grey. There is no reason for Jean Grey to be in this movie, in the Universe 616, in the MCU proper whatsoever. We are going to see Jean Grey in Doomsday and in Secret Wars. The Jean Grey that we already are aware of. The one that had the Phoenix Force. We are going to see that. Are they going to reboot X-Men at some point with a younger crowd from another universe? Perhaps. But why would they do that right now?
Yes, and this is not the look of desperation. So your comment is good. We're not making
exactly. And again, just to back you up as well on it, if you're going to reintroduce the X-Men, if that's a plan, why would you suddenly have Jean Grey in this one that could be working for some big bad? Because you're not going to be invested in that character because she's going to start as a villain. But also, why would you be going to all the trouble of having Scott Summers and the original X-Men in a trailer and in Doomsday if you were going to go have a completely new cast of X-Men characters?
You can't. They can't completely redo.
Makes no sense to reboot them now. Yeah. They can maybe in the future you can say Universe, Secret Wars, Battle. Yeah, there was something that happened canonically that allowed us to then see this younger version of X-Men. Fine, but right now we are focusing on the MCU proper and the X-Men universe. That's the focus. This is the end game of those two universes. Doomsday and Secret Wars is the end. It's going to reshape the Marvel universe. Introducing a brand new universe of younger X-Men actors and characters makes zero sense. Yeah. As long as you have Wolverine and Scott and Professor X, and look, this is Patrick Stewart's last movie. This is Sir whatever his name is, Magneto's last movie. These are his last films. They're not going to water it down with other versions of those characters.
No, they want to see those iconic characters in one last hurrah. So why would you? It makes no sense.
But you know what? You know what it does make sense for it to be? Rachel freaking Summers.
Yep.
Who everyone that's ever read an X-Men comic would like to see.
I think
everyone that's ever read a comic wants to see that happen.
This makes too much sense, especially if we're going to cover 20 plus years. If we're going to go from a Fantastic Four where Doomsday takes the child and we're going to jump forward 20 years, it absolutely makes sense with Spider-Man in this current time frame.
And crying out loud, when the hell am I going to finally get them to announce that Sydney Sweeney is Black Cat? You know.
Think about this, you guys. Think about this. How cool would it be to see either Rachel or Hope Summers, you're right, someone who was birthed from these two powerful mutants at one point, and at one point that one of those mutants had the dormant Phoenix Force gene. So you have a character with the potential to be like a world-ending character, right? An omega level mutant. And anyone that's ever read a comic or watched a cartoon or watched the original X-Men have always wanted to get to the point where we saw that character. So it makes complete sense that that's the character. It's also completely possible that we're all wrong, and that's just Mary Jane. And it's just regular Mary Jane, and the reason she's also cast in Secret Wars is because she's the new love interest of Spider-Man, and he moves on from his weird obsession with his old friends, and he clings to now a Bruce Banner and a new Mary Jane. It's entirely possible. Ooh. I don't know.
What if Zendaya is on the outs with her man, and they're seeing it for the future, and they're like, shit, we better break up this couple now. We can't keep making movies with the both of them.
I'm gonna throw a massive grenade into our entire conversation now. She's actually going to be playing Firestar from Spider-Man and Amazing Friends cartoon from the 80s.
You know what, bro? Let me tell you something. That's a better option than Jean Grey.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
If you told me she's playing a gender-bent rhino, I'd be like, that makes more sense. Than Jean Grey, because at least Rhino is in that universe.
Yeah.
Right? Jean Grey isn't in the universe. She's not in that universe. It's crazy. It's like it's almost as bad of crossing franchises that are on different TV networks. Like, oh, look at this Severance character is now over here in Peacemaker. Why?
Well, yeah. Exactly.
Why? How would that make sense?
Those are much further apart than, say, I mean, at least we're in the Marvel universe.
At least we're in the general Marvel universe. But listen, 616 is not, there's no mutants in this universe. Anyway, I'm not going to keep.
We got you.
Look, my theory is she's either Rachel or Hope Summers. She's the child of Jean Grey and Cyclops from that universe. She was probably kidnapped as a child. That's why Scott was freaking the hell out, right? Mm-hmm. And then she comes in on the end credit scene, and she convinces Spider-Man to join their cause because she's a pretty redhead. He has an affinity for that. And boom, now he's going there to meet Doomsday. We don't actually need to see Doom because we know that because Doom is being played by his mentor, Robert Downey Jr., at one point we're going to get that scene in Doomsday or whatever where he actually looks at someone who looks like his father figure, and it's a whole thing. But I think it's that. Either Rachel or Hope Summers. That's it. And it's an end credit. It's not even a big character. I bet you it's not even a big character. I bet you it's not. There's so many characters in the movie as it is. Anyways, all right, moving on. Jesus. Let us know in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Hit the comment section and tell me how I'm wrong that it is Jean Grey. And then if you do that, if you hit the comment section and say, you're wrong, my bro, she's Jean Grey, your reason cannot be that you heard it from someone. No. It can't be that you read it online. I want you to actually give me reasons as to how canonically it could be Jean Grey. And remember this when you're writing that comment, that this rumor came from a rumor of a rumor of a rumor of someone who has a horrible track record of leaking anything credible.
And then John Campea.
Jesus. All right, moving on. It's crazy. I guys, we're not talking about John Campea this week. And then you're like, and then you go to research this Jean Grey thing. Fucking John Campea. God damn. It came from John Campea. How is that possible? Okay.
That old Yorkshire geek, you're never allowed to use Maggie Gyllenhaal's name on our channel ever. I'm just saying.
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Burn it with fire.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Do you know what? This week I've actually this week I've literally been on loop playing that bit in Dark Knight when she blows up.
Oh god.
On loop all week.
That's part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Bro,
that she's in.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Well, folks, if you're
Oh man, it's
Your brother Jake is a movie star. Let's put you in something.
yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal. If you guys don't know this, we're not fans of Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No.
AKA Clayface. Wow, I feel like we're being mean today for some reason.
You're being really mean, bro.
I'm not usually this mean.
Okay,
Parallel world brain show today.
let me find this real quick.
I'm gonna get back to my Kardashian story. I promise we're gonna come. I mean, I'm not even kidding, you know, and like
Fantastic.
so I'm actively trying to not be as stressful around my wife, and my wife
By
is
the way,
like,
I gotta tell you,
you're supposed to divine
I'm a huge fan of sliders, as most of you guys know.
I'm trying to find that exact. You sent me the link to like the 2-hour video, bro. Where's the part?
That's a good point. Yeah, you probably need the actual specific point. So, yeah, basically,
I'll find it before the clip. Go ahead. Talk about something else.
It's okay. Well, we can talk about. Yeah, we can talk.
I almost got it. Just keep talking about something else.
You keep doing your thing there. I'm going to talk about. Did we get any more super chat from JC Chappie? Actually, we're going to go back.
Thanks for the super chats, everyone. Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thanks for being here tonight. It's one hell of a fun show.
It is fun. You Fook Dat Beach. Member for 9 months. Thank you for the creative name, by the way. Hey guys, my book is out. It's called The Calteran Chronicles, The Princess. It's on ebook and paperback. All right, cool, man. Yeah, we love supporting our viewers. So send us a link with that. And
thank you, Vigilant Fox, my man. All right,
Jason Chappie for $5. 4DX reminds me of that John Goodman movie set in the 50s with shock buzzers under the seat, like an evolution of that.
I'm down for that, actually.
I can't do. I did the D-box seats when they first came out, and after 2 hours of like moving around so much, I'm like, I can't do that no more.
Bro, I did 40X for Black Adam, and it was freaking awesome. Bro, it was like, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah,
At one point, he hits the water when he's going to that base or whatever, and it's like, it's wild, bro. Super cool.
I'm at a point now going to the cinema where just having a big drink of cola is hard work for me to make sure I get through a film without having to go to the toilet halfway through. An experience like that is beyond what I can cope with right now at the age range I'm at now. That's
okay.
it.
Yeah. I mean, I just pee in my diaper, but you know, whatever. Each their own.
Well, sell it to them; they'll use it.
I mean, listen, it's a 3-hour movie. Okay, like I don't have time. All right, let's talk about Jerry O'Connell, who you remember from Sliders and a bunch of other stuff. He's also the voice in Lower Decks.
Yep, and he was in Stand By Me as a child.
Yeah, I never watched Stand By Me, but.
You didn't watch Stand By? You've never seen Stand By?
I think maybe I did. It's been a long time.
He was also the draft quarterback in Jerry Maguire as well.
When I see Jerry O'Connell, I don't think Stand By Me. I think Sliders. Well,
that's what you remember him for. But it is important to note that lately there has been like a reunion of Stand By Me, and I couldn't see 3 more disgusting human beings as they've now grown up with Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell, and Goonies. I can't believe I'm just drawing.
Corey Feldman
and Corey Feldman. I watched their little reunion show, and it was the biggest, like, weird, wanky, left-wing, sad thing that I've ever seen.
They've been so infected. Right? They've been infected by the Hollywood woke mind virus, dude.
It was disturbing to watch.
Case in point, Jerry O'Connell goes on Bill Maher. Bill Maher, who is one of the more centrist of the Hollywood commentators. He is definitely more reasonable in his takes.
Traditional liberal.
Yeah. And Jerry O'Connell went on the show, and I have a clip from that show. It's only 2 minutes, but it's going to speak as to how absolutely insane this statement is. And I want to speak to you guys about this, and then I want to reverse the roles and want to reverse the roles and see how insane this statement is. Okay.
Okay.
This is Jerry O'Connell on Bill Maher. Here we go.
I'm going to tell you about a bit of. I say this. Will I stay married? Blow it over here. My
Sounds like you're going to blow it over here.
The night of the election, this third one.
Yeah.
Third election. Everyone knows what I'm talking about here. I was watching late at night the returns, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't think Trump was going to win. I live in California. I didn't think he was going to win.
Of course,
from what I was hearing.
I didn't either.
I thought he was going to win. This is where I live, you know?
Yeah.
I said something along the lines of like, there was no planning. This is what they get. There should have been a primary. I said something along those lines, you know? Like I was just spitballing ideas as to, it was a shock, you know? My wife and daughters, without saying anything, became physical with me. They were filled with rage. So if I am being careful with you in how I say things.
Because you're afraid of your wife and daughters? Your physical assaulting wife? That's crazy.
He is married to an X-Men. Let's be clear. Hey. Rebecca Romaine is his wife, and she might be able to kick his ass. It's possible.
Maybe.
Yes, I live in California. I live with not one, not two, but three people who...
300, like
if I made any kind of joke, they would they become very angry with me. You know, I don't want
to tell you how to live your life, but I couldn't live that way. I would, whatever household or whatever situation I'm in, I say what I truly think, and if it makes you angry, I'm sorry. We'll have to work that out.
Well, it makes.
But I am not going to tuck my tail between my legs and just.
So you can tuck your penis in between your legs. That's what you're doing.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is what you were dealing with when you were a child. Just sit there and don't say anything.
Yeah, but
sit on your hands. But what happened to Rob Reiner? More of that, Jerry. More of that.
Yeah.
Where's...
Okay. So let's just recap real quick. Jerry O'Connell is watching the election, the last presidential election, where they didn't primary, the Democrats didn't primary anyone. They just sort of appointed Kamala Harris as the person that would be running against Trump. No one had a chance to vote for her. It's literally the opposite of democracy. They just appointed her as the representative for the DNC.
Right.
And then she lost. And she lost bigly. And this guy is watching the election, living in California, where they live in this echo. By the way, me and Shane live in California too.
It's an echo chamber.
And it's an echo chamber of people just circle jerking each other off, talking about how great liberal and progressive policies are and how we're going to win. Trump doesn't have a chance. And they're never right about anything. They're always wrong. And their policies are always wrong. They all the rules and the laws and the decisions they make for the state always backfire in some elaborate, catastrophic way that costs us a bunch of money and put a bunch of people on the street homeless. It's the worst. One of the most beautiful states in the world is somehow the worst government. I don't get it. But
trapped.
He lives here, and we're trapped here. So he lives there, and he brings up a good point. You know what? How did this happen? You know, maybe we should have had a primary for the Democrats and not just installed Kamala. And what he said was, without words, they didn't say anything. They just became physically violent with him.
Oh, that is exactly what it feels like, though.
What? Like they didn't even say anything.
Insane.
They just got up in a fit of rage, and all three of them became physically violent with their father and husband. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, now let's reverse it. You want to see? It's funny because women are beating up a dude, right? Let's reverse that.
By the way, it is funny.
Let's say it is funny. Let's reverse it though. Now it's a mom, and she goes, we probably should have primaried. Had a primary and not just installed Kamala as the candidate. And what if the husband, without words, gets up and physically assaults and beats the crap out of his wife? Is that funny?
Bitch, get back in the kitchen. Yeah.
It's not funny, is it? Now, and we look at this, and no one bats an eye. Is Rebecca Romaine Stamos, whatever her name is now, going to be canceled for beating the crap out of her domestic partner, who's probably around the same size, if not smaller than she is somehow? No, because the double standard. And it just shows how insane the liberals, especially in California, are. Because they will look at this and be like, he deserved it. But if you flip that role, it would be a whole other story. Completely different story. And here's my problem with this. He doesn't see how absolute and utterly pathetic this is. He thinks this is a story. And then he makes it worse by saying, wait, Shane, he goes, I don't know if I should tell a story because I'm afraid to go home.
Whoa! If you watch the rest of the interview, it actually gets a lot more interesting because he goes into the fact that his wife is disgusted by him and won't touch him. And she wanted him to quit smoking, and so she withheld sex. And she's like, you can tell that Rebecca Romaine is incredibly dominating over Jerry.
Well, there was sorry, Shane, carry on. Sorry. No, I was just going to say that I watched a YouTube channel 2 or 3 years ago, and he was on it, and he was basically saying that it was a gaming channel, and he said that he used to game late at night with his buddies on his console. I think it was on the Xbox, and he said she came down one night and literally grabbed it and threw it out the front door because she was fed up with the noise, and he's not gamed ever since.
Bro, you understand how she's literally abusive. Like, she's a physically abusive person, and no one bats an eye. They think it's funny.
Well, I'll give you another example.
Men should have balls, and men should stand up for themselves because we are more physically strong. And the reason why we have a difference between the sexes is because ultimately, if we want to pummel in some lady's face, we can. And so therefore there has to be because we have the softer gender, there needs to be balance. And so when a woman is coming at a man, it only takes about 3 seconds to backhand her and to fix the situation. For a woman, it's totally different.
In no way are we saying that's the way it should be done.
What
Shane is just making an illustration. Be clear. We're both married to strong-willed women, and we would never do that. Go ahead,
and I'm
Shane.
not dropping teenagers off at home. I'm just saying. But the whole point here is that a man can take physical control of a situation, so therefore it is humorous because, like, you're letting this happen, Jerry. You don't have to let this happen. Now, there could be other factors here. He did marry her in 2007, and we know that there are a lot of relationships who changed when 2016 came along. When 2016 came along and a lot of women went, oh, hell no, we're not going to support Trump. The dudes either said, okay, I'm going to let my wife run things or I'm going to get a divorce. Because that's kind of how things went down. The world divided after that point. And Jerry chose his family, okay? But he also chose to be cucked and to have his balls removed as well at the same time. So that's his choice. It's a very free country.
Another example, guys, that's an even stronger one, in my opinion, and backs up what you guys are just saying, is you've only got the example of the woman that was on the Bachelorette this week, and the video came out of her literally beating up on her partner, throwing chairs while the child was sat in the vicinity of it. And although she gets cancelled from it, you get this stupid PR statement saying that he was the abuser and she was standing up to it, and all the idiots are suddenly supporting her. And it's like, oh, right, so full well you're right. If that was the other way around and he'd knocked her down and there was video footage of it, no talk about it. He jail time. He's getting jail time.
Men are lose, man. So you pick your partners carefully, right? Is what I'm saying. You pick your partners carefully, because if you guys aren't lined up shoulder to shoulder, you're going to find yourself in a compromising situation. Yeah. And in today's society, the dude usually loses. Yeah, and that's just the way it is. Right?
I'm not getting religious here, but the Bible says, "Do not be unequally yoked to your partner." What does that mean? That means to be on the same page, be shoulder to shoulder, like what Shane just said. Do not be unequally yoked, because this is what happens. So Drew D said now he might. Sorry,
oxes. So people understand, you yoke oxes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
oxen when they pull your thing, and if you're unequally, then it doesn't pull the carriage straight.
Right, doesn't pull the carriage straight. One's doing more work than the other. It's going to hurt. Yeah. So yeah, that's thank you for explaining that, Shane. It's the thing you put on the oxen when they pull a plow.
Right.
Drew D said, and now he might feel stuck because if he leaves, he loses the kids. Bro, he's already lost the kids. They might still be in the house, but he's already lost them. If they're physically assaulting their father over some Kamala Harris joke or whatever, come on.
Yeah.
And we've seen the Hollywood mind virus in full effect. We understand that a lot of these people who might be normal human beings are so tightly wound in their bubbles of belief that to believe something else actually means you lose your livelihood.
Right.
That they are just all in hook, line, and sinker.
Right.
I mean, it's just, I almost to some degree feel sorry for these people. We witnessed it with some of the people we know in Hollywood, how they went from being normal to woke. Because they didn't have a choice, and eventually they just accepted it.
Yeah,
it's
like friends of ours. We're like, we have the same ideas and same interest and all that, and then all of a sudden they just go nuts. I'm like, no other word for it. Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. What you think about this? Is he a cuck? Is he just stuck, or should Jerry just leave? I mean, his kids are older. He should just split. No, just leave.
Don't leave, Jerry. Put your foot down and say, "Hey, Rebecca, guess what? This is how it's going to be. And if you don't like it, you leave."
That's how he gets shot, though.
Possibly, but you got to make sure all the firearms are put away. Well, they don't believe in firearms anyway. So
Jerry, leave and go to Texas and get a younger woman that's going to give you some respect, bro. Don't stick around with this old lady who is physically assaulting you because of your jokes or opinions. It's insane.
He did have to follow John Stamos. Not an easy gig.
Well, John Stamos, look, I'm 100% straight, but that's a handsome man, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Straight up. I don't even know how you follow that. Like imagine if your now fiance, my last husband was John Stamos. Never mind. I take back my proposal. We're not getting married. I'm not following that. That's like following the Beatles after a live concert. What?
Yeah,
The point. I need them open for this crap, dude.
Yeah. Well, I would.
Good.
I'd be honest though. I would just say, look, John Stamos. Okay, well, right from the start, I'm not going to the gym. I'm not working out. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to be overweight. If you like that, that's how it's going to be. Sit down.
Yeah, it's a shame. But imagine being married to Brad Pitt and then or marrying the person who was married to Brad Pitt or vice versa. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's literally impossible. Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. What should Jerry do? Huh? What should Jerry do?
Run, Jerry!
Run, Jerry! Run! All right. We're going to go to the member section. I'm going to activate the member section, and then we're going to do the countdown, okay? Let me just get that set up real quick.
Countdown. Actually, freaky members area.
Just got copyright
members
claimed.
Area. Yeah.
If my singing's good enough to get copyright claimed,
freaky members area.
Just got copyright. Oh, that was a weird interaction. Okay, here we go. I just need to go here. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Yes, right.
It's a final countdown. All right.
Hey, good stuff tonight. Good stuff tonight, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so that's okay. So I'm gonna activate the live stream, the member section, and then I'm gonna give it 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes that's good. That's good. 10 minutes.
Oh my God, dude, we still have Buffy. We got Stargate.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that stuff in the member section because it's already been 2 hours.
Oh my God.
So we got one more thing we're going to talk about before the member section ends. I feel like these will be good, a quick one, right? Let's talk about Screen 7 real quick, right?
Okay.
So Screen 7 is 100% the highest grossing Scream movie of all time. And of course, don't forget, John Campea told you a few weeks ago that it's the worst movie ever made, and anyone that watches it is a bleep and bleep, 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 and you should never go watch that bleep, 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 and bleep. And of course, the audience proved him wrong once again. And it is by far the highest grossing Scream movie there is. And by the way, a lot of Scream fans really like this movie. Now, I don't care for the Scream movies very much. I like the concept of them, how they're sort of commentary on horror in Hollywood.
I like the first one.
Yeah. But I'm not a huge fan. But my kid really loves the Scream movies, like loves them. And she liked this movie a lot. She was like, that was like my favorite one. I'm like, really? Jesus. Okay. Well, if that's what you like.
Can I come to John Campea's defense?
Yeah,
Would
go
that
ahead.
be okay?
Go ahead.
I'd like to. I sent you a little link in the breakdown of the news stuff.
Okay.
And while yes, Scream 7 has now made more money than any other in the franchise, I think it's important to note that if you go back to 1996 when the very first Scream movie came out, it also made close to about the same amount of money. And if you take inflation into consideration, it really has doubled the earnings of what Scream 7 is.
Pre-streaming, post-streaming.
Now
once
that's
again,
a fair argument. Fair argument. And so it is impressive, and it tells you maybe what people want. But I wouldn't say that because it's made the most amount of money, it is the best Scream movie, right? I think first.
I said the most successful.
Okay, most successful because it's made the most money. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, here's the deal. Pre-streaming numbers. We talked about this in the earlier segment.
Yeah.
You cannot compare negatively a movie post-streaming, post-COVID that you can compare to a movie pre-streaming. But if that movie beats a pre-streaming, pre-COVID movie, you can 100% point that out because it is post-streaming. It is post-COVID, and it still beat the original. And you know what? I would love to have a franchise where my movies are every single time, the seventh version of that movie is doing better than the first one somehow. I would love that. Sign me up.
But if your movie makes $1 billion, right? Let's say your movie makes $1 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the future movie makes $500 million, but yet it kind of ekes out. I don't know if it's the same. Like, for example, Scream is value is double that of Scream 7, more than double actually. So it's like Scream made $1 billion and Scream 7 made $500 million, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know if you can say it's more successful than the first Scream movie. And I understand we got streaming and we got all kinds of stuff going on right now. I mean, it is impressive that a seventh version of a movie made over $100 million. Period.
That's insane.
That's really kind of nuts, actually. Yeah, thinking about it.
Yeah, like I mean, look. So pre-streaming ticket prices were better. Even if you don't account, like, let's just not even account for inflation. Like Man of Steel, pretty much beat the current Superman. I know it didn't actually beat it, but like if you account for inflation, it did.
Yeah.
But that's also because more people were going to the movies back then. These are like at peak movie going times. Less people are going to the movies now with streaming and with short window releases. Like when these movies come out and 3 weeks later they're on Paramount Plus or whatever. Why would I go watch it in the theater?
Which is why we really need a different measuring stick for movies, because we can't measure them against it historically. We need those streaming numbers. They need the government. Somebody needs to require them to give us the numbers.
Right.
We need to know.
We need
how much money you're making.
We need to know how many subscribers you're making off of it.
Yes.
How many people are watching? How many minutes watched? We need your YouTube analytics, please.
There should be some Freedom of Information Act.
They're never going to give it to us because that's what they use to negotiate contracts and all that, Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. We're going to be leaving here pretty soon to get to the members section. But, John, what do you think about this, bro? I know you haven't seen it yet, but how do you feel about the seventh movie of a franchise somehow eking out more money than the first movie?
I mean, well, that's superb. If I was a head or an exec at a studio, I would be wanting that. I would be taking that all day long. So fantastic stuff. Whether it's as good as the original, again, on record, I've only ever seen the first one, which I enjoyed, and I'm not a horror fan. But I think it's great. I think it's in healthy form, and they're going to do about another 5.
Oh yeah.
This one.
Oh yeah, that's a given. Like, oh, this movie made more than the first one, the original. Okay, well, just be prepared for Stream 8, 9, and then what they're gonna do? They're gonna call it Scream X. Will be the 10th one.
Yeah,
you know that like the 10th movie will be called Scream X.
It's
always the X,
and it'll be in the future in space.
Yeah, and it'll be a crossover with Jason Voorhees or whatever.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get too much further, we do need to recognize a couple of people. So are you guys done?
No. Yeah, I'm wrapping this up. Then we're gonna do that. Yeah. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section. You guys gonna watch Scream 7? Are you waiting for it to come out on streaming? And most importantly, how funny is it how wrong John Campea is again? Seriously, in the comment section, please tell me how you feel about John Campea's statements now.
I like it when he's wrong.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I think I'm actually starting to actively dislike John. So, all right, not you, John. I like you. The other John.
Well, thanks, mate. You know,
our John is better than that John.
Our John. I need a shirt. Our John is better.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, we got a super chat from Not My Watch, Christy. 204 subs on my channel. You guys and Mr. Reagan helped me get started. Thank you so much. Intermittent fasting, 8 pounds a month. Ask your doc. And black coffee for breakfast. Thank you, Christy. Thank you for the super chat.
Awesome. So pleased for you.
I can't do black coffee. It gives me diarrhea.
Go check out her channel and sub.
Yeah, check out Not My Watch. And Jay-Z Chabby for $2. Thank you, Jay-Z. A glimpse to why Rebecca and John got divorced? ? Yeah, I think I don't think it had nothing to do with abuse. I think John was like, look at me. Why am I not dating a 19-year-old right now? I mean, like, Rebecca, you're hot, but you're also like, your stock is starting to drop a little bit. So, and look at me. I'm John freaking Stamos. All right. We're going to be going to the members section. If you want to become a member, it's pretty simple. Hit the join button, bottom left. If you want to support us in any way, like if you really want to support us, then I suggest you guys go to mixtease.com or mxtz.co. You can find it right here. Click on anything. Use our code BRANE, BRANE, to get 10% off. That's the best way to support us. Or like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And become a member. It's very cheap, and we have a good time. We're going to be going to the member section now. We're going to be talking about a lot of other cool stuff. Before we leave the public version, be sure to check out John's channel, Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. The link is in the description, where tomorrow and every Sunday, we watch a couple episodes of Stargate while eating junk food and broing down live on air for you. So if you like Stargate, which we'll be talking about in the member section right now, come and also join John's channel and every Sunday for the live watch along at just after noon, 12:30 p.m. PST.
Go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, no, come and join us. It's great fun, and it's one of my favorite times of the week, as well as being with these guys. So come and check us out. But thanks for being here today. And you've got to get in the members section now, because we're talking about Buffy, we're talking about Stargate. So don't miss it. Sign up, come and join us.
Sign us out, Shane.
And also our Voyager documentary drama. You won't want to miss it in the member section. Love you guys.
Adios, muchachos! I think we actually have like another 8 seconds we could have squeaked out of it. Oh, whatever. I'm just going to let it sit there for a second and move over to the member section.
I need to go pee.
You need to go pee?
Yeah.
All right. I think it's about to change. It's changing right now. Here we go. And go in there. All right. All right. While he's going pee, I'm going to set this up.